Greetings, YouTube. It's amazing how much a few hours in a day makes. This morning, I was talking about how weird it was that they came out with a thank you for playing Marvel Contest of Champions message, which is normally the message that they send out for people who, unfortunately, have to get compensated because the game has been broken. These messages are the kind of messages that we're used to seeing accompany major items like 6-star Nexus crystals, 6-star shards in general, regular health potions, revives, energy refills, etc. But it was the same compensation that they've been giving out for Alliance Quest and Alliance War only hours before and rebranded or retitled, which is just a very strange way to do it. But for those of you who said, Prof, I'm just going to have faith for some reason that we get a second compensation package at noon Central Standard Time, guess what? You were actually right. Can you believe that? Check this out. Now, this is the same package we've got 3 or 4 times, but it is the best one they give out because these are the percentage-based level 2, 40% single revives, not to be confused with team revives. The level 5 single health potions that give 10,000 health and 5 energy refills. That is really nice to see. However, just like the Alliance Quest and Alliance War compensation, my guess is for quite a few of you like me, if you were to claim them right now, they'd go straight into your overflow. Remember, when something like compensation hits your inbox, you have 30 days to claim it, so there's no rush. In fact, I know of a couple people who've said that they have 3 of these unclaimed yet in their inbox, and they're waiting until the last moment because they also want to wait until the Alliance War season starts so that they're not losing precious days on the calendar. And I think that's genius for those of you that depend on these items for when the game messes up or you mess up in Alliance War. So just remember, there's no rush. It's not like these go away like some things do in 7 days. Instead, it's 30 days. So that's the first part of good news. Anytime there's a compensation that you can actually use in the game outside of Alliance Quest and Alliance War, I'm a pro of it. I'm a fan of it. I do think they probably should have made that compensation this message title, and so I would have titled them differently. But whatever. The items are the items. I'm thankful for that. But for those of you who are uncollected especially, your chance of getting 6-star shards is pretty slim. Now, for the last 2 years, if you haven't been following this channel or sleeping under a rock, or maybe unlike Patrick Starr, who sleeps under a rock, you've just been busy. Maybe you don't keep track of every offer like I do on this channel. For the last couple years, for uncollected members and higher, they've been giving these hero shard bundles, but for 6-star shards, they've given 2,500 6-star shards, limit 4, so where it takes $200 for a 6-star basic crystal, and then they did give 15,000 5-star shards for $50, and that's it. Well, now they've added this mythic crystal, so if you bought 4 of them, which honestly is a ripoff, but they're trying to convince you to, you would be able to form it, and that is the mythic crystal that has the 20% drop rate for a 6-star and an 80% drop rate for a 5-star, though I've seen so many 5-stars come out of that and very few 6-stars, it almost feels like it's 95.5% at this point for a 6-star. But they buff this at the perfect tempting time. Now, if you're like me and you're less than 5,000 6-star shards away, it might seem tempting, especially if you're not like me and you haven't given your soul to the arena gods. You might think to yourself, this is a perfect time to purchase this. If you buy $200 worth, and that's so much money, right? Especially for those of you watching this that aren't in the United States. Because if you're in a country where the currency exchange is way worse, like Mexico or Canada or Australia, etc., you are going to be India, you're going to be screwed, right? You're going to be paying way more than this. And if you are even using the euro or the pound, we have seen, especially recently, the exchange rates not reflect the prices in the game, where you're paying like $130 US equivalent for an Odin, which is also crazy. This is also why I remind you that it is Wednesday and these things are back, and the best deal of the day is the What's Next Nexus pack, because for the equivalent of $5 US, you can get 2 more shots at a number of amazing champions. 6-star Nick Fury is at the top of that list, so is Shang-Chi. But for my money, the 6-star I want more than anybody else that I have not come close to seeing is my girl, Black Widow, Deadly Origin, otherwise on this channel known as Thighs. That is the best $5 or $10 if you buy both two that you'll spend, and that is, even if you bought two, just 20% the price of one of the 6-star shard bundles. So even though they've buffed this and doubled the 6-star shards, I don't expect Thronebreaker players and even a lot of Cavalier players to be that tempted, but uncollected players, believe it or not, this might be the best chance you have to get that many 6-star shards because it's just so hard to get 6-star shards when you're uncollected. Like people ask me all the time, how do you get them? And I'm like, well, you do the uncollected difficulty, and if you fully explore it, you'll get, a little bit more than 1,000 6-star shards. For that work and that time and that effort, that's still a very pathetic amount of 6-star shards. It amazes me that there aren't more available in the game. Kabam has really made the economy of the game still pretty hard to get them for especially you progressing players. But I'm going to give, for uncollected people, I'm going to give this a B+. Now for Cavalier people, and for Thronebreaker, I'm going to give it like a C. I almost feel like there should be a discount based on progression because of featured Cavalier crystals and what you can get. But keep in mind, $50 is the unit equivalent of what you would spend on 5 featured Cavalier crystals. And the odds of you getting a 5-star and especially a 6-star in 5 featured Cavalier crystals is pretty dang low. So at least this gives you a better guaranteed odd for getting a champion, but because these aren't selectors, it still is a huge gamble, and that's why I could never give this an A grade. I wish this was like this, a Nexus that gave you 3 different options. Imagine if this was half a 6-star Nexus and a 5-star Nexus. How much better of a value would that be? And if I was running Kabam, I would start giving out offers that were like the Mythic Crystals, where you formed shards, only it was a 6-star Nexus crystal worth of shards that you could cash in. Because if this was 5,000 6-star Hero Crystal Nexus shards, it would just be a way better value. And Kabam has still been so bad about giving us the Wish Crystal that they promised us a couple years ago that it makes the most sense for us to have more of a choice and less of a chance in so many of these offers. But if you compare this to the same price as the Early Access Bundle, I do believe for solid quality champions of at least 5 or 6-star variety, this is a much better value for the same price, but it still is a lot of gambles. So Kabam, love to see a Nexus offer like this. I know you're still trying to be pretty rare and selective with Nexus offers and save them for days like Cyber Weekend and July 4th. And while I kind of respect that because the more supply of something, the less demand there is, it still is hard to justify this kind of offer as much when it's just a regular crystal and you don't have at least a minimum of 3 champions choice in an option. Have a great rest of your day, YouTube. Thanks for watching, and thank you for everybody's continued feedback on this channel.